Have stairs started to feel steeper than they used to? Does picking up the laundry basket take just a little more effort than before? If you're over 60, you may be feeling a quiet change happening in your body, a gradual loss of strength, of muscle, of mobility. It's not your imagination. It's called sarcopenia. And while it's common with age, it's not inevitable. The good news, you can start reversing it today with nothing more than the right fruits on your plate. In this video, we're exploring 5 everyday fruits that don't just taste good. They rebuild muscle, calm inflammation, and restore energy. Backed by science, safe for heart health and diabetes, and easy to find at any grocery store, these fruits can be your secret weapons for staying strong, active, and independent. And the number 1 fruit on our list. You've probably eaten it for years without realizing it holds one of the most powerful anti-aging nutrients nature ever made. If you're ready to take control of your strength with natural health for seniors, daily habits for longevity, and muscle-friendly senior nutrition, this video is for you. Like it, subscribe to live healthy after 50, and tell us what fruit do you eat regularly and how has it made you feel. Number 1, from avocado to muscle recovery. Tasty, easy, and silently anti-inflammatory. Susan is 66. She lives in Flagstaff, Arizona, a retired librarian with a love for gardening and crossword puzzles. But lately her mornings had started differently. Her calves cramped, her legs felt stiff. She'd wake up feeling like she had walked 10 miles in her sleep. It was subtle at first, but slowly became routine. Her doctor said it was just part of aging. But Susan didn't want to accept just aging as the new normal. One day, her granddaughter, an aspiring nutritionist, suggested something simple. Half an avocado a day, nothing fancy, just added to toast a salad or blended into a smoothie. Within 2 weeks, Susan noticed the difference. Her sleep deepened, the cramps faded, her walks felt easier, and the best part, she didn't have to change her life, just her plate. Avocado is more than a trend. For those of us aiming to live healthy after 50, it's one of the most powerful fruits we can add to our diet. Because inside that soft green flesh is a nutritional combination built for muscle protection and recovery. First, let's talk about fat. The kind in avocado isn't harmful, it's healing. Monounsaturated fat, the kind that reduces chronic inflammation in the body. After 60, inflammation often becomes silent and invisible. It doesn't always cause pain, but it does interfere with how your muscles heal, how your joints move, and how your energy feels when you wake up. A 2022 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who regularly consumed monounsaturated fats had better mobility and lower levels of systemic inflammation compared to those who didn't. Avocados are one of the richest natural sources, but that's just the beginning. Each avocado is packed with potassium, a mineral your muscles crave. In fact, gram for gram, avocados contain more potassium than bananas. Why does that matter? Potassium regulates muscle contraction. It helps prevent those nighttime cramps that sneak in while you sleep. And it pairs perfectly with another essential nutrient in avocados, magnesium. Magnesium supports nerve function, stabilizes heartbeat, and promotes muscle relaxation. The combination of potassium and magnesium keeps your muscles calm, steady, and strong. Now add in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects muscle cells from oxidative stress. That's the wear and tear damage that builds up quietly over time. Antioxidants act like the cleanup crew. They sweep out the cellular debris, repair tiny tears in your tissue, and help your muscles bounce back after even mild exertion. Whether it's climbing stairs or carrying groceries, your body needs that recovery window. Susan's story isn't unique. She didn't change her lifestyle. She didn't take supplements. She simply gave her muscles what they needed, nutrients from real food, and avocado made it easy. For those exploring natural health for seniors, this is the kind of habit that doesn't require a prescription, just a few minutes in the kitchen. It fits right into your daily habits for longevity. Because what you eat at 66, 70, or 75 directly shapes how your body feels and performs each day. Avocados are also high in fiber, about 10 grams per fruit. That fiber not only supports healthy digestion, but also helps stabilize blood sugar. And steady blood sugar means stable energy throughout the day. No sudden dips, no fatigue, no reaching for sugary snacks. You don't need to eat a full avocado to see results. Half a fruit is enough. You can mash it on whole grain toast, slice it into a salad, Blend it with spinach and oat milk for a muscle-friendly smoothie, or simply enjoy it with a dash of sea salt and lemon juice. One underrated recipe: avocado chocolate pudding. Just blend ripe avocado with unsweetened cocoa powder and a touch of honey or stevia. It's creamy, rich, and packed with the same nutrients that support muscle function, heart health, and brain clarity. If you're managing heart disease or diabetes, avocado still fits. It contains almost no sugar, zero cholesterol, and supports healthy fat metabolism. It's one of the few foods that tastes indulgent but heals quietly. And that's the point. As we age, the body's needs shift. Muscles rebuild slower. Recovery takes longer. But the solutions don't have to be complex. Sometimes it's as simple as eating half an avocado each day. If you've been noticing small signs, muscle fatigue, light soreness, tension after minimal effort, consider what's on your plate. Supporting senior health doesn't always require big changes. Sometimes it starts with a soft green fruit and the belief that yes, your body can get stronger with time. Have you tried adding avocado to your meals regularly? Did you notice a difference in how your body felt afterward? Let us know in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else. And if this section gave you something to think about, like this video, and subscribe to Live Healthy After 50, where each week we share simple steps to protect your strength, reclaim your energy, and age with confidence. Because your health is your greatest wealth. Number 2, tart cherries, a savior for sleep and sore muscles. Paul is 67. He lives in Rochester, New York. A retired mechanic who still takes care of his own yard, walks a few miles each morning, and lifts bags of mulch like a man 20 years younger. But recently he noticed something wasn't quite right. His legs felt heavy in the mornings, his back was tight, and even when he slept 8 hours, he woke up feeling like he hadn't slept at all. At first he thought it was just age catching up. He added stretching, changed his pillow, even upgraded his mattress. But the soreness lingered. The fatigue stayed. Until one evening, while flipping through a magazine at the local pharmacy, he read about tart cherry juice. It wasn't a supplement. It wasn't a new workout. Just a small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice taken after dinner. Within a week, Paul noticed something different. His mornings felt lighter. His body didn't ache when he rolled out of bed. He wasn't waking up stiff and slow. That quiet glass of ruby red juice had done something powerful. Tart cherries, especially the sour Montmorency variety, are among the most potent anti-inflammatory fruits available. They're rich in anthocyanins, natural compounds that not only reduce inflammation, but also help muscle tissue recover after strain. And the science backs it up. A study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that runners who drank tart cherry juice daily for 1 week before a long-distance race experienced significantly less soreness and faster recovery. If it works for endurance athletes pushing their bodies to the limit, imagine what it can do for older adults trying to maintain strength and mobility. The inflammation that builds up in our muscles as we age isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, subtle, a little stiffness here, a little soreness there. But over time, it wears us down. It keeps us from moving freely. It makes us hesitate before exercising. And that hesitation, it leads to even more weakness. That's where tart cherries come in. They help put out the fire gently, naturally, and without side effects. But they don't stop at the muscles. Tart cherries are also one of the few fruits that contain natural melatonin, the hormone your body produces to regulate sleep. As we get older, our melatonin levels naturally decline. That's why falling asleep and staying asleep becomes more difficult. And when sleep suffers, so does muscle repair. Because nighttime is when the body does its deepest healing. Drinking tart cherry juice before bed has been shown to not only increase total sleep time, but also improve sleep quality. That means deeper rest, fewer nighttime awakenings, and more complete muscle regeneration. In one clinical trial published in the European Journal of Nutrition, adults over 50 who drank tart cherry juice twice a day slept longer and more soundly than those who didn't. For those focused on healthy aging senior health tips and natural health for seniors, this is the kind of simple solution that offers double benefits, less soreness, and better sleep. Paul now makes it a ritual. He pours a small glass of 100% tart cherry juice, no added sugar, around 7:30 each evening, sits in his favorite chair, keeps the lights low, reads a chapter from his book, and by the time he heads to bed, his body's already unwinding. It's not a magic trick. It's biology working with your body instead of fighting against it. And tart cherries are incredibly versatile. If juice isn't your thing, you can try dried tart cherries. Just watch the label for added sugar. Sprinkle them on oatmeal or blend them into a bedtime smoothie. Some people even use tart cherry capsules with standardized anthocyanin content, which have been shown to offer similar benefits. The key is consistency. One glass won't change everything, but a week or two of regular use can start to shift your baseline. Less pain, more ease, deeper sleep. This is what daily habits for longevity look like. Not dramatic, not expensive, just thoughtful, intentional, consistent. If you're someone who wakes up tired despite sleeping 8 hours, if you stretch every morning just to feel normal, if your joints whisper complaints after a walk, this fruit might be worth a try. And the best part, tart cherries are safe for most people. The juice is low on the glycemic index and doesn't spike blood sugar when consumed in moderation. That makes it a smart addition to a senior nutrition guide, especially for those managing diabetes or cardiovascular concerns. Think about what one small change could do for you. Less stiffness, better sleep, more energy for the things you love. Have you ever tried tart cherry juice? What did you notice in your body afterward? Share your experience in the comments. Someone out there might need to hear exactly what you've learned. And if this helped you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Live Healthy After 50, where every week we explore real stories and science-backed tips to help you sleep better, move easier, and live stronger. Because your health is your greatest wealth. Number 3, pomegranate rebuilding. Blood flow, boosting oxygen, empowering weak muscles. George is 74. He lives just outside of Boise, Idaho. A retired art teacher with a love for early mornings and tending to his backyard garden. But this past spring, something shifted. After just 15 minutes pulling weeds or watering the flowers, he found himself needing a break. His muscles would feel heavy, his arms tired, his legs sore. He'd sit down to rest and sometimes fall asleep without meaning to. He didn't like it. Not because he expected to feel 30 again, but because he knew his body still had more to give. That's when his daughter brought over a small bottle of 100% pomegranate juice. No sugar added, deep red, tart. She told him just try a few ounces before heading out to the yard. George raised an eyebrow but agreed. Within a week, something clicked. He still worked slowly, but he didn't have to stop as often. His legs didn't burn, his arms didn't ache, and the best part, he started sleeping better. Not longer, deeper, like his body had what it needed to truly recover. Pomegranate isn't just a pretty fruit. For adults over 60, it might be one of the most powerful natural tools for rebuilding strength, energy, and endurance, especially when the body feels like it's running low on fuel. Why? It comes down to circulation. Pomegranates are rich in polyphenols, plant-based compounds that stimulate the production of nitric oxide in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide acts like nature's vasodilator. It widens blood vessels, improves flow, and helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to your muscles more efficiently. That means better performance and faster recovery. And when you're working to maintain strength after 60, circulation is everything. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consume pomegranate extract before physical activity experience greater endurance and less fatigue. Their muscles received oxygen more quickly. Their energy lasted longer. And those benefits aren't limited to athletes. They're for anyone looking to walk farther, stand longer, or simply feel less drained at the end of the day. For those focused on over 60, wellness, senior health, and healthy aging, pomegranate is more than a fruit. It's a form of fuel. But its impact doesn't stop at blood flow. Pomegranate also supports muscle integrity by reducing oxidative stress, the invisible wear and tear that builds up in aging muscles. You may not feel it immediately, but over time, oxidative damage weakens your muscle fibers and slows recovery. By lowering this stress, pomegranate helps preserve muscle tissue. That's crucial for anyone trying to prevent sarcopenia, the gradual muscle loss that robs so many older adults of their independence. In addition, studies suggest that pomegranate improves mitochondrial health. Your mitochondria are the tiny power stations inside your cells. The more efficient they are, the more energy your muscles can generate, especially during movement. That means more stamina, less fatigue, and a greater sense of vitality. George may not have known all the science behind it, but he felt the difference. Now, every morning before gardening, he pours himself 4 ounces of cold, unsweetened pomegranate juice. Not much, just enough to set the tone for his day. He tells people it feels like his muscles wake up quicker, that he doesn't get winded just by pulling the hose around the yard, that his hands don't cramp when holding tools, and maybe most importantly, he wants to move again. That motivation, that willingness to stay active, that's the heart of natural health for seniors. Because movement leads to strength, strength leads to independence, and independence leads to confidence. There are a few ways to enjoy pomegranate beyond juice. You can eat the seeds called arils by themselves, sprinkle them on oatmeal or Greek yogurt, toss them into a salad for a juicy crunch, blend them into smoothies, or even freeze them into ice cubes for a refreshing evening drink. Just be mindful of portion size. Pomegranate juice is concentrated. A little goes a long way. 4 to 6 ounces of unsweetened juice is plenty, or opt for the whole seeds to get added fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar and keeps energy steady. For those managing diabetes or watching carb intake, pomegranate fits well into a senior nutrition guide. It has a low glycemic load, meaning it won't spike blood sugar when eaten with other whole foods like nuts, seeds, or leafy greens. Whether you're working in the garden, like George walking through the park, or just hoping to make the stairs feel easier again, this fruit can help. And here's something to remember. Stronger blood flow means stronger muscles, but it also means better brain clarity, better heart rhythm, better sleep. Everything in the body benefits when oxygen is moving freely. That's why pomegranate isn't just for athletes or health fanatics. It's for anyone over 50 who wants to age with energy and move through life with more ease. Have you ever tried pomegranate regularly? What did you notice in your energy or strength? Share your story in the comments. You never know who you might inspire. And if this helped you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Live Healthy After 50. We're here every week with trusted tips, real stories, and simple steps to help you stay strong naturally. Because your health is your greatest wealth. Number 4, prunes boosting IGF-1, preventing muscle loss and supporting growth hormones after 60. Helen is 76. She lives in a quiet neighborhood in Asheville, North Carolina, a retired school secretary with a big heart and a stubborn streak. For years, she started her mornings with a small bowl of cereal and black coffee. But recently, her morning routine began to change, not by choice. Her knees ached before she even stood up. Her walks to the mailbox felt longer, and climbing the stairs that required both hands on the rail. Her doctor mentioned muscle loss, sarcopenia, something that happens naturally with age. But Helen didn't like the idea of natural meaning inevitable. She wanted something simple, safe, and effective. Then during a visit from her niece, a dietitian, she was handed a new suggestion: prunes. At first she laughed. Aren't those just for digestion? But her niece explained there's more to prunes than most people know. These dried plums are small, yes, but inside each one is a rich concentration of polyphenols, fiber, and essential minerals that do more than just keep your gut happy. They support muscle growth, recovery, and long-term strength, especially important for senior health and healthy aging after 60. One of the biggest benefits of prunes, their effect on IGF-1. IGF-1 stands for insulin-like growth factor 1. It's a hormone your body naturally produces, and it plays a key role in building and maintaining muscle tissue. But as we age, IGF-1 levels decline. That's when muscle atrophy starts to creep in. You may feel weaker, slower, less steady on your feet, and the frustrating part, you're still trying, but the body doesn't rebuild the way it used to. Studies show that the polyphenols found in prunes can help stimulate IGF-1 activity, essentially nudging the body to keep building muscle even in the later decades of life. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that older adults who consume prunes daily not only saw improvements in bone density, but also experienced better markers for muscle preservation. Another promising study observed increased protein synthesis and muscle cell growth in response to prune extract in controlled conditions. But beyond the research, Helen's results told their own story. She started with 5 prunes every morning. Nothing fancy, just 5 pieces eaten slowly with her breakfast. After a week, she noticed her knees didn't throb quite as much. By week 3, her walks became easier. She described it like this: it felt like someone oiled the joints. And for the first time in months, I didn't need to pause halfway up the stairs. It wasn't a miracle, it was momentum. Small, steady improvement rooted in consistent nourishment. Prunes are also a fantastic source of boron, a trace mineral that helps the body use calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D more effectively. Those nutrients are essential for bone strength, but they also impact how well your muscles contract and recover. And for those concerned with energy crashes or blood sugar swings, prunes offer a gentle solution. Despite their natural sweetness, they have a low glycemic index. Their soluble fiber slows the absorption of sugars into the bloodstream, making them a smart choice for those managing diabetes or aiming for natural health for seniors without risking energy dips. That same fiber supports gut health, which matters more than most people realize. A balanced gut microbiome helps your body absorb nutrients efficiently, nutrients your muscles rely on for repair and resilience. So in many ways, prunes support your strength from the inside out. Helen now keeps a small jar of prunes on her kitchen counter. It's a habit, a ritual, and one she swears by. You can enjoy prunes in more ways than one. Chop them into oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie with walnuts and cinnamon, pair them with plain yogurt, or mix them with almonds for an afternoon snack that balances protein, fiber, and healthy fats. No need to eat a whole bag. 4 to 6 prunes a day is enough. This is the kind of habit that fits beautifully into a daily routine for longevity. It doesn't require change, just consistency. And that's the beauty of it. For those navigating the real-world challenges of aging, less muscle tone, more joint discomfort, slower recovery, prunes offer support without overwhelm. They're gentle, portable, affordable, and backed by solid science. If you've been looking for something simple to help your body feel stronger, steadier, and more supported, consider adding prunes to your morning. Have you ever tried prunes for something other than digestion? What did you notice in your energy or movement? Leave your story in the comments. Your voice might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if this part of the video gave you something valuable, hit the like button and subscribe to Live Healthy After 50. We're here every week with stories, strategies, and science to help you stay strong, naturally, joyfully, and confidently. Because your health is your greatest wealth. Number 5, apple, the everyday fruit with surprising muscle-building power. David is 79. He lives in rural Pennsylvania and still tends to a half-acre vegetable garden every day. He doesn't own a gym membership. He doesn't take fancy supplements. But every morning for over a decade, he eats the same thing with his breakfast, a crisp red apple skin on. To most people, that might sound simple, but to David, that apple is part of the reason his legs still feel steady, his grip still firm, and his back still strong enough to lift mulch bags without calling his grandson. Turns out there's real science behind David's habit. Apples, especially with the skin intact, are rich in 2 powerful compounds, quercetin and ursolic acid. These aren't just antioxidants. They are metabolic activators that support lean muscle maintenance, especially important for healthy aging and natural health for seniors. Quercetin is a flavonoid known for reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which can weaken muscles over time. But what's even more fascinating is how it interacts with insulin, signaling helping the body use energy more efficiently. This matters because as we age, energy metabolism becomes less efficient. Muscles require more to do the same work. Quercetin helps restore that balance. Ursolic acid, found largely in the skin of apples, has been shown to reduce a protein called myostatin. Myostatin limits muscle growth. The less myostatin you produce, the easier it is for your muscles to stay full and functional. At the same time, ursolic acid helps stimulate IGF-1, the same muscle-building hormone enhanced by prunes. The two work together to preserve and even increase muscle mass, especially helpful after 60. A study from the University of Iowa found that ursolic acid supplementation increased muscle mass and strength in aging mice. While we don't suggest eating apples like a lab rat, the findings were clear. Ursolic acid helps shift the body into a muscle-preserving mode without side effects or synthetic hormones. And unlike exotic powders or pills, apples are easy, familiar, affordable. They travel well, store well, and taste good. The best way to eat an apple for muscle benefits is to keep the peel. That's where most of the ursolic acid lives. Pair it with a small spoonful of almond butter for healthy fat and protein, or slice it over oatmeal to combine fiber, slow-release carbs, and nutrients for lasting energy. David swears by it. He eats his apple around 7 a.m., then heads straight to the garden. No stiffness, no cane, just dirt under his fingernails and a quiet satisfaction that he's still strong enough to do what he loves. If you're over 60 and starting to feel your strength fade, don't underestimate the small habits. This isn't about lifting weights for hours or running marathons. It's about daily habits for longevity that build resilience over time. Adding an apple to your morning might not feel like much, but if it helps your body preserve IGF-1 and reduce myostatin, it could mean fewer falls, stronger legs, and more freedom. It could mean lifting your grandchild without hesitation, taking that vacation without worrying about joint pain, standing tall in front of the mirror, knowing your body still works for you. So the next time you see a basket of apples at the store, remember this: one small fruit eaten consistently can be a quiet act of power, a choice to keep moving, to keep living fully. Have you experienced the benefits of apples in your own routine? Let us know in the comments. And if this part of the video gave you a new perspective, like it, share it, and subscribe to Live Healthy After 50. We're here to support senior health, offer doctor tips for older adults, and inspire aging gracefully advice that truly works one natural step at a time. Let's take a moment to reflect. These 5 fruits may seem ordinary, but they hold extraordinary power to help you preserve muscle, reduce pain, and recover more easily after activity. Each bite is more than food. It's a step toward living strong, living well, and staying independent as you age. Turning 60 doesn't mean slowing down. It's an invitation to care for your body with intention and kindness. When you choose an apple sip tart cherry juice or add half an avocado to your meal, you're telling your body, I'm still building. I'm still here. I'm still living healthy after 50. If this video gave you a fresh perspective on how to support your muscles, naturally consider subscribing to Live Healthy After 50. Every week, we explore new ways to stay active, age gracefully, and feel strong from the inside out. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these fruits do you already eat, and which one are you curious to try next?